So I just saw Joker and, oof, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do this review improvised because, number one, I want to get this review out quickly, and number two, it's the Joker. Right off the bat, I think people are focusing on the wrong aspects of this movie. You know, comparing Phoenix to Ledger, even though they're completely different interpretations of the character, whether the violence is justified or will incur further violence. I'm not saying people pushing these articles are SEO-obsessed, clickbait non-creatives, but I'm having trouble describing them any other way. First and foremost, for those wondering about how Phoenix does, he's incredible. As usual, he puts his whole body into the performance. He really sells the compulsive laughter that they decide to add to this character. In fact, I think in a weird way that's one of the film's downfalls because it asks almost too much of Phoenix. There's so many elongated sequences of him dancing and gesturing and laughing, and it's effective for a while, but there's just a little bit too much of it. The first 30 minutes or so, I think, is really well paced, but the second half really drags. While I'm on criticisms of the film, I think the film could have ended beautifully. There's this one shot at the end, I won't spoil. It works both in a nostalgic sense and just visually for the film. And if it had ended on that shot, I think it would have worked so well and would have given you that, you know, breathless kind of feeling. But it doesn't. It goes for another scene after that, and it's pointless. I didn't realize how much the film affected me until after it was over. Walking out of the theater, I felt almost dazed. I was shaky during the drive home, and even now recording this, I still feel a little off and nervous. That to me is the best compliment I can really give the film. Honestly, I think the best way to describe the film is that it's a surprise. I was surprised at how great the soundtrack was. The cinematography, it looks great. Color correction, transitional shots, there's a use of flickering lights, which is usually a cliche, but in this scene it's incredibly intense. And thirdly, as far as surprises go, this film is fucking weird. This is not some faraway, distant look at a psychopath. We are in his brain. Being in someone's brain who's that messed up really does something to you after 2 hours. I have to reiterate that the second act really does slow down. However, the third act picks things up because, among other things, it's more violent. And every single piece of violence in this film, even when I saw it coming, made me jump in my seat. It's funny because some years ago, I did a video on how to do the Joker again. And what's interesting is that this film did nothing that I had advised in that video. Yet, that doesn't disappoint me in the slightest. I'm satisfied with where they decided to take this character. It's not a perfect movie, and the beginning was soiled a little bit by a bunch of people next to me talking and throwing popcorn at each other, but it was a very good film.